lady does not see herself as a victim, but rather as a woman with an open heart. Please welcome Augusta Tabor.
There I was, in the middle of an angry river. One arm wrapped around my son Maxie, the other clinging to an overhanging branch. The wagon had tipped over, and above the screams of the horses, I could hear the man yelling, "Hang on, Augusta! We'll get you out!" Well, that wasn't the first adventure my husband had gotten me into, nor would it be the last. I must tell you, my frail but very comfortable childhood in Maine never prepared me for this. Yes, my body was frail, but my mind was not. My father, William Pierce, lost many a battle of wills with me. Well, yes, I had wishes. I had dreams. About the age of 18, my wish walked through our front door. His name was Horace W. Tabor. My, what a dreamer and a doer. Oh, he fully believed in living life to the fullest, taking advantage of every opportunity. When he heard about John Brown, the abolitionist movement in Kansas, he had to go. So off he went. While there, he homesteaded a piece of land, built a cabin, and returned for me. We were wedded in 1857, and then off we went. Oh, those first few months in the cabin weren't exactly a rousing success. Failed gold panning attempts, chaotic weather, unforgiving soil, and a few thousand snakes convinced us to seek a more hospitable lifestyle elsewhere. Well, being the optimist, Horace heard Denver was booming. So we gathered up our new son Maxie, and off we went. Denver was a disappointment as well, all played out. But we didn't let that dampen our spirits. We let rumors lead us all over to places like Buckskin Joe and South Park, and eventually settling in Oro City. I was no longer that sickly little girl who did not know how to cook or make her way in the world. Oro City was later renamed Leadville, due to the lead and silver ore discovered there. Horace discovered his talents lay in supporting labor, not doing it. We opened a general store, where Horace grub-staked the miners with the promise of a share when they struck it rich. While I loved his big heart, I made sure they kept their promise. After all, this was a business. This was not a social club. Well, in 1878, Horace backed the right pair of miners. They struck it so rich in silver it paid each of the investors over $2,000 a day for a very long time. Well, at first, Horace built up Leadville with schools and banks and, of course, the luxurious Tabor Opera House. But too soon, I watched this wealth change my love into a man who could not control his desire to spend with abandon. I had seen too many of these overnight success stories quickly revert to poverty. I did not want to be one of them. He wouldn't listen. I was aware that his card-playing evenings included the entertainment of loose women. It was a small town. While my survival mentality kept me from relaxing with him, one woman had no such reservation. Elizabeth McCourt Doe, locally known as Baby Doe. I was aware of this too, but I figured this would be a short-lived affair and he'd return to me. Well, his wealth and popularity eventually brought an invitation to run for the lieutenant governor of Colorado. This meant another move back to Denver. So off we went. Denver society was much more to his liking. He encouraged me to lend myself to our new life of leisure. But my dreamer was taking me to a place where I could no longer follow. Did he not see that I was the same cautious woman that he married? We had a beautiful home in Denver. I stayed in it. He didn't. He brought Baby Doe to town and put her up in the Windsor Hotel. Then he tried to divorce me. I was aghast. When I refused to leave the marriage, he forced the issue and the judge awarded me the mansion, a few of our rentals, and $300,000 of the several $100 million estate. I was lucky to get even that. Not long after, off they went to Washington, D.C. to be married. Well, anyone who knew us knew we earned that money together. This put society squarely against Horace. Rocky Mountain News editor made it a point of highlighting this questionable marriage to Baby Doe. Among other things, she was a divorced woman. Catholic Church, to which she belonged, did not approve. This ruined Horace's chance of staying in public office. Then to add insult to injury, silver went out of favor, and gold was back in. And down he went. I was careful with my holdings and rejoined society. I started the Pioneers Ladies' Aid Society for those women who had come out west but been abandoned by luck and husbands. We taught skills like keeping books so they could earn a living and regain their self-esteem. And yes, if you're wondering, I loved Horace all the way to the end, eyes wide open. So I say to you, do not be afraid to follow your dreams, but do choose wisely the dreamer you follow.